the hall of justice.
Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to Chase and Shep, where Mondays are for the mind. We're live on every outlet at 6 p.m. Central Time. So hit the follow to the channel, make sure that you're notified. So you can join us every Monday. Chase and Shep is now live.
Chase and Shep, Mondays are for the mind. This week's guest is the musician, Miss Jones.
Hey, and a happy
What's up?
day before Valentine's Day to everybody. Had to get festive. Had to throw my pink on. Looking good.
Yeah.
Had to get the trend of strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper. Just felt right for the occasion.
Strawberries and cream. I'm not a fan, but we've already been over that, me and you.
No, we're nice and stocked up because you're not a fan. But today, with Valentine's Day coming up, we thought it would be appropriate that maybe we get a little nasty today. And who better to do that with than Miss Jones? If you're nasty, how you doing?
Good. Thank y'all for having me. How are y'all today?
Oh, we're great.
Pretty
Love
good.
it.
Trying to stay in with this wind out. It's crazy.
This is the same wind that SpongeBob delivered the Krusty Krab pizza in. I swear to God.
Right? Yeah.
Fact. I keep waiting for a tree to just like come flying
Take
through
it
my
out.
window.
Something.
It's just wild out there. So I guess Miss Jones, you've been on the show kind of before. We had a live performance of yours a few months back. So why don't you tell the people who you are?
Well, I am the one and only Miss Jones. If you nasty, you can Google me. There is no other bitch like me, I promise. And I'm from Chicago, but currently staying in Champaign because I'm getting my degrees out here. And I've been doing music for it'll be 3 years this April, coming up on my 3-year anniversary doing music. Before that, I did poetry, and I'm just an alternative rap, hip hop, R&B type of bitch that'll give you the nasty feeling you're looking for. Simple.
That's what's up.
Thank
I'd say
you.
that's a pretty good way to sum it up. What was your last EP called? I forget. Trippin'? Is that what it was?
Yes, it was called Trippin', which was kind of a continuum of my first project, which was Tweakin'. So a lot of apostrophes and N's and Ian's, but those are two of my favorite words to use. So it seemed appropriate.
Well, I definitely listened to Trippin' and really enjoyed that one.
Thank you.
I got a few up on my Spotify playlist that'll come on every now and then on rotation. So
Appreciate it.
appreciate you, appreciate the vibes. So let's see here. Where do we begin? Shep, where do we begin?
I don't know, man. We're close to Valentine's Day. You're saying beforehand we could, last week we had talked on love a little bit. I think, well, with a name like that, I would assume that you, within music, be speaking a lot on love and aspects of love, right?
Yeah, definitely an emphasis on the nasty part, trying to stick to the brand. I even created a project. I created 2 like kind of love songs with kind of my slower R&B vibes that was called Two Cooks with Love, which is coming up on its 2-year anniversary. And then because I dropped it in February, it was a kind of love project to my ex. Shout out to that nigga. But no, that had a lot of, I don't know. For me, my favorite genre of music has always been baby making music. And that's any music that you feel like you can make a baby to. Chase, you're probably well aware of how to do that. Congrats on the child on the way. But yes, I definitely, I don't know. I feel like Miss Jones is kind of an aspect of who I am. It's not all of who I am. It's kind of like I don't know, the raw ass side bitch that your niggas in love with and you kind of in love with too, who likes to do drugs and show y'all a whole different world. So I don't know. I like to think there's that complexity of I can sing you to sleep, but I can also spit some bars and get you real heated if I wanted to, make you rage out like I try to sometimes. So
That's
kind
what's
of
up.
that's kind of the complexity of nasty. Just, getting nasty in the booth, getting nasty with your nigga, getting nasty in these streets. Baby, I do it all. Fucked up.
Can't hate on that.
Love it. Um, I'm spacey as fuck today.
Well, see,
Uh,
I only asked that because, for me, I never really made too many love songs throughout my time because I didn't ever know if I wanted to put actual personal stuff in the song or just be able to like generalize, make up. So like most of my stuff has always been about like, like taking 4 or 5 exes, people I've dated, and being able to make one song where it's like I'll take this from that and this from that and this from that.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually have a couple songs like that, where it's kind of from different, like I take experiences with different people and I put it together. But a lot of my songs, like they have a specific person or a specific event that kind of inspired that. Because I don't really make music on stuff I haven't experienced. So I I'll experience someone, have a good time with someone, enjoy their company, and depending on how the situation goes, I tend to write a song about them. But I've noticed every time I write songs about people, and as soon as I show it to them, they want to go ghost on me and start acting really weird. Like, why are you being weird to me? But it's okay because good music comes out of it. So I definitely
It's
like
true.
to take from experience as well. That's basically all that I do.
No, I vibe with that because I will see. I was in a conversation with somebody the other day about this because we were talking about Beyonce, and I was like, "Well, see, the thing I've always loved about Beyonce is like she is like the for single ladies, she is the like anthem. Like all of her songs are the anthem." I'm like, but Beyonce, from what I've since I've been in high school at least, has been with Jay-Z. I was like, she's been familyed up the entire time, but the music side of it is like she can still like put out those bangers to everybody that they can relate to. So that's what, like, me as an artist, I've been thinking that lately, like, can you make me, because I've done just like you. I only like to make songs about things I've experienced or done or whatnot, but it's like, I mean, I guess I could start making songs about other things, but I don't know.
Hey, I feel like it all just depends on what inspires you. Cause like I've made a song about my like government name. I've made a song about like my kind of what Chase was talking about. My last project, my tripping project was about all of like kind of the different phases of drug taking a drug. And
Mhm.
it starts off like, oh, which drug we finna take? You take it, then you kind of get a little riled up, kind of get a little angry. That's where Kryptonite and my smoke song come in, and then you start to have the come down, all those negative feelings, maybe some hallucinations, and you end in a purple haze. So I I try to pull from everything, but I would say with my name being Miss Jones, if you nasty, it causes me to lean more towards the romantic or seductive side of things. Like, and there's always like a sexual aspect in my music, even if I am just talking about drugs. Like when I perform, I want to come off as sexy. I want people to be like, damn, who is she? What is what, Miss Jones? That's if you nasty, I'm nasty. I want people to feel nasty and be able to embrace their inner nastiness.
right.
Because with a word like that, it has to, it has a bad connotation. And I say, fuck it. What's wrong with being nasty? What's wrong with being fucking disgusting? Because I know I am.
Yeah. I mean, having been at one of your shows, it works. I definitely it
Thank
brings it
you.
out in people for sure. I believe the show I was at was the first time you got to sign a pair of titties at the
Yes,
end of
it
the night.
was.
Yeah.
And then, like, after that, all the shows that followed, like, I made it a thing. Like, because one of my songs, You're My Biggest Fan, like, the opening line is rolling up a doobie because my fan club got a newbie. Give their left arm just to do me, have me signing on their boobies. And so I was. I get to sign boobies for real. It's not just in the lyrics. Like it's not just my friends when we're drunk. Like this was awesome. And I believe like for the show I did during Halloween, I think I signed at least 30 titties. So that was a momentous occasion for me. As a woman, as an artist, as a homosexual, I enjoyed every last second of it.
Well, there. Hey, I've been doing music for 20 years, and I could never claim that title. I never have ever signed 30 pairs of boobs in one setting. Let alone, I mean, maybe one pair. I remember um, back when we started doing this in high school. Shout outs to my man Pudgy. We did have a girl be like, she wanted a CD, and we're like, we got to pay for it, and she's like, well, you can just touch my boobs real quick, and we are like, oh, okay.
Titties, say
Yeah.
less. This is an
So we
equal
did.
exchange.
Yeah, and he's gave them that same sort of energy. I really wish he was my best friend. He stopped making music way long ago, but he's the same. He'd always say he's nasty and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and he'd always have those bars that would just it's almost like, damn, I don't know if you can say that kind of, but like the way you said it and you being you, like it works, with the
Yeah.
contents that he's doing it. Like he always said, one of my favorite lines of his is start shit gets singed like making bacon naked. And I'm like, see, I like that.
Period. Because why wouldn't you want to make bacon naked? That's living on the dangerous side of things.
It
I fuck
is,
with
and
that.
we've all been popped by that bacon grease cooking there, and you're like, ah, shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, that's relatable as hell. Like, I get it. I wouldn't do
Most
it,
definitely.
but I get it.
Hey, most definitely.
Why do you think? I mean, over the years with like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and all this stuff. Like, I feel like women always have to take so much more shit when they start singing about sex.
I feel like that's due to the fact that like women's bodies are so policed, like policed and yet over sexualized and demonized and glorified and all different types of fides and isms and beings. Like I don't know. I feel like it's more important now than ever to do it because I mean, back in the day, there was still the raw ass bitches that were talking about like some of my favorite Janet Jackson. That's literally where I get Miss Jones if you nasty from. Like she's it always was like I'm not a prude. I want respect, but like privacy is my middle name and my last name is control. Like this bitch, she was really like she was that bitch. And even though she said it in a more R&B, like it's it's almost like it's okay for women to be sexual as long as it's like discreet, like very feminine. Like, but if I'm like I want my pussy ate right now, who's gonna do it? It's like whoa, what are you? There are probably children around. No, I'm stating a fact. Like, and niggas been saying suck my dick for as long as I can remember. Like, even in TV and movies. Like, but if I tell someone to eat my clit, oh, now we have a problem. Why? Because you're afraid of the feminine mystique, as they say. So I feel like that's why, especially people like Cardi B, people like Nicki Minaj, even people like Beyonce finally expressing kind of like they nasty side, they freaky side. I feel like it's great because, like I said, I love baby making music, and what's better to make a baby to than some freaky shit? Fuck up.
That's true.
Yeah, I think these days it definitely has bled up into like the more mainstream global sort of music stream, scene. Because when I was back in the, back I grew up through the 2000s and stuff. So we had like Trina, we had, the
Period.
underground artist that was going hard back in the day. That was, equivalent to what you're hearing now. The Lil Kim was out big, back then and whatnot. And but it wasn't like she was one that kind of got up there in the mainstream, but it was very seldom in, yeah, like you're saying, tons of dudes. It's like beforehand me and him were talking, and it's like, yeah, some of the guys, it goes to an extent where you put on an album and you listen to it, and 5 songs in we're like, yeah, dude, I get it, you fuck, that's cool, my
Yeah,
guy.
you get pussy. Okay, okay. Yeah, no, I definitely get that because I don't know, for me, my thought process is always I'm gonna get sexualized either way. You know, back when bitches weren't showing no skin, back when we were still
Mhm.
naked on Africa, motherfuckers were getting sexualized whether they wanted to or not. So in this capitalist consumerism society, I'm gonna profit off of it. I'd much rather profit off of it than someone else get that same satisfaction. That don't sit right with my soul, especially when I'm the one being, objectified. So I don't know. Being nasty is something I've always embraced. I've had a very wonderful sexual education. Shout out to Von Steuben and Westridge Elementary in Chicago. And sexuality was always something that because I was raised Muslim. And so it was always taught to be something to be afraid of, something to like save for your wedding day and don't, share your body with anybody unless it's going to be for a lifetime. And I'm like,
Mhm.
my body is shared with the world every day. Whenever I walk outside, whenever I post a picture, my body is formed whether I'm even showing it or not. Like people are imagining it, they're thinking about it. So why not give them a fucking show? So that's kind of where I come from on it.
Yeah. Have you heard of Mia Gladstone?
I don't think that I have. No.
She had a song, I forget if it was last year or the year before that, called Geekin', and I listened to that shit on repeat, and then I went like down a rabbit hole, like looking at all of her stuff, and she kind of marches to that same tune of just taking control of the narrative and just it's her body, you know she's proud of it. She puts it out there, and like I don't know, it was really dope. I was reading like a lot of the stuff on her website and everything, and just like all the art that she does. I think it would be right up your alley. You'd have to check it out.
Most
Um,
definitely. Send me your favorite song by her and I'm gonna look into it.
Geeking, I'm telling you, that thing is a
Say
hit.
less.
And it ended up being I was not surprised when it was like my number one played song of the year when Spotify does its like yearly list. I was like, yeah, that adds up. Uh,
Period. Another great artist from Chicago that is probably one of my biggest inspirations. Well, two. One of them's not from Chicago. It would be Jungle Pussy and Cupcake. Cupcake's from Chicago. And Cupcake started off on the scene when she was 18, dropped her song Deep Throat. And everybody knew about it. It was hump me, fuck me, daddy better make me choke. Ah, come on now. And everybody was shocked. After that song, she was just kind of seen as like a joke. But if you
mhm,
like a sexual joke, like a little, oh, I'd fuck her, but I don't want to support her music.
yeah,
You listen to that bitch's soundtracks, you listen to her catalog, that bitch is raw. She said, I want some lemon pepper and mild sauce on that dick. What? Who else is saying that? Nobody. Fuck them up. Like Cupcake and then Jungle Pussy, she's very big on like more of a rap kind of poetic kind of motion. And it's just very like the cadence of her voice is so empowering. And like she'll be saying the wildest metaphors, the wildest shit, and just owning it. And I feel like those two women are so underappreciated and underrepresented in the rap game, even though they, in my opinion, they two of the coldest out there. So some people to look into for y'all too, since we're sharing. Fuck to
Word, word.
definitely. Check it. The stuff we were talking about too, about how it's like more normal nowadays, like for women to be talking about stuff like this and putting themselves on display more and taking control of the narrative and stuff. Like I feel like anytime I'm watching like an old movie or something and somebody's naked or something like that, I'm like blown away. I'm like, I feel like that stuff really didn't start till like the 70s. So anytime I see a movie like pre 70s where somebody's doing some nasty shit, I'm like, damn, how'd they get away with that? I suddenly have a little bit more respect for these people for pushing the envelope around that time.
Definitely. And I feel like a part of that, because I'm a big horror movie fanatic, and so part of that definitely comes from like the original horror movies because they would just show an ankle in a sex scene or in a shower scene, and people would lose their minds because it was like the forbidden fruit. Like they showing body parts on the screen, like and I feel like once they started doing that in horror films and kind of got that sexual appeal and ambiguity, they ran with that shit and started putting it in all movies. Honestly.
I think with horror, it's to a point now where people don't even know why they do it. I think sometimes people know why they're doing it and they're doing it on purpose, but like most of the time they're just like, well, we're making a horror movie, so somebody's got to be naked.
Someone has to die while they're losing their virginity. Like
Right. Yeah.
something has to happen.
Somebody's got to get
'Cause
stabbed with their titties out.
I
It's
I
feel
just
something
always
like,
going on.
go
Well,
ahead, my bad.
sometimes I felt like it just makes sense for the scenes in the movies, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, Jason Voorhees is gonna kill people having sex, like, so, like, that makes sense in the movie, or Michael Myers might stab somebody through the shower curtain or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, makes sense for the movies,
Right.
or like Scream, they always make fun of it in Scream, "Oh, they're getting out of the shower, and now here's a phone call," or I think in the Stab movies, it was they were about to get in the shower and then the phone call and then they got dressed and they're like, oh,
For sure.
but
Most of the time I feel like it's, you know, within reason, but sometimes you be watching something and you're like, they did this just to do it.
Just
You
to
can
show
tell.
some titties. But I don't know. I feel like part of that being normalized within horror movies was because they wanted to make it seem scary. Like you get naked, you have sex, you do the nasty, and you're gonna get killed. Your family's gonna get killed. Everybody you love is gonna die. And the last thing they'll remember is you were being a dirty whore. What the fuck? So like I feel like it definitely plays into the demonization and stigmatization of being nasty and being sexual.
Mhm.
But, there have definitely been some people that have kind of owned it and reclaimed it. Kind of like in Scream, just breaking that third wall of like a movie within a movie. And yeah, we're criticizing our own movie in the movie because we know it's a movie. And,
Right, right.
we peep these caricatures and you know, positioning of stereotypes in the movie, and we're gonna make fun of it a little bit, even if we did build the establishment on it.
yeah, that's true. I vibe with that.
All good vibes, all
Yeah.
good things. I got a Scooby snack.
Um, so all this talk of baby making music, what's like what songs instantly come to mind? Like some of the top baby making songs of all time.
I'd have to. Ooh, okay. So let's stay together by Al Green. Like that kind of hits my old soul vibe. Like if I'm making love to
Mhm.
somebody, like that's what's gonna be playing. Anything by the weekend, like Trilogy Weekend or fucking even After Hours Weekend. He got some sexy bangers on that motherfucker. But I don't know. I feel like there's one person I'm missing or one song in particular. Oh, anything Giveon, anything damn, it's gonna kill me. It's gonna eat away at me all day. Oh, I've been listening to Sam Smith's new album, and that motherfucker, I make some babies to that shit. That song "Lose You," I'm okay. 2024, child, fucked him up.
There you go. What about you, Shep?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what's like the last time I put on some music to have sex. Because usually, I mean, I'm in my middle 30s here. We just have sex to whatever's on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's real, but you gotta spice it up with the music.
Yeah.
Trust me. When
Usually,
you
whenever there's music involved, it's just like already on. It's on shuffle, like so you never know what you're gonna get. Uh,
exactly.
but definitely, if you're trying to set a vibe, I think like '60s soul music and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, you can get
Little
something.
bit of little bit of Otis Redding, little bit of Marvin Gaye, little
Hmm.
Aretha. I'm here for that.
Trying
I'd
to think
say
because I
oh
remember
go
there
ahead.
was one time. Oh, I didn't realize you froze. I just thought you were really into the conversation. You're like, oh, tell me. I know there was one time I was with somebody and it was like on shuffle. I wish I could remember what the song was, but it was perfect for the moment. It was like almost too perfect, like to the point where we were laughing about it. Like it's
Man.
like of all the songs to come on, it had to be this one. It's practically narrating the moment.
And I feel like that's what music does during sex. Like you start picking up on the beats, you start fucking to the bass, and it's like this a whole, we connected. We right here. We connected by this song. Child.
I
Insert
always,
the
anytime
insert.
I was with somebody and they'd like complain that the music was on while we were having sex, I'd be like, "You gotta go,
Exactly. Get out.
gotta go."
Don't leave your pants. Get out.
I don't think I'd complain, but man, I'm pulling nothing over here thinking about the last time I had music going when I was having sex. I would assume it was sometime I was drunk as shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, that's your homework for tonight. Go home, make it happen.
Get a baby making playlist going.
Exactly. I even have a sex
Oh, yeah.
playlist too. It's called Sex, period.
Appropriate.
Yeah. And so I just put that bitch on shuffle and see where the world takes us. What's up?
I mean, that'd be a nice way to, go about it. I don't know. I mean, I know songs, come on. I mean, we had plenty of the R&B classics of the late 90s, early 2000s that, I mean, come on. Those are always good.
Period.
It's true.
What's it called? There's one song. It played on Euphoria. That's why I know about
Oh.
it. It's uh damn, I want to look it up. But it's like it's by NIXS, Inix, I think their name
Okay.
is.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's like, damn. I was like, can I check my Spotify real quick? I think it's like, don't ask me. The Euphoria fans know. It's like that shit. I can't. It immediately came to my head, but look it up. Do the research, y'all. Do the research. I don't know.
I'm curious now.
Man, me too. I'm about to say, let me get my motherfucking laptop open because
Oh, okay. Never tear us apart.
never tear us apart. That song right there. I'd say that would do it. That would do it. That'll do it. Period.
I hope everybody's listening, adding this shit to your Spotify
I know.
playlist.
I'm like the day before Valentine's Day. Like I'm giving y'all all the bangers,
It's
all
pretty much
of
what we're
it.
here. We're here to prep you for the best Valentine's Day that you can have.
Me or
Not you
them?
specifically, but them, the people.
The
But we can
United
get you
States.
prepped too if you need it.
Oh baby, I'm always prepped. What a lot of people may not know about me is even though I like to get nasty, I'm a hopeless romantic at heart. So I got a whole little you dig plan for this weekend. I'm about to head to the city, have a nice little romantic time with a little thing of mine, and it's gonna be a good time. So I I'm big on the romance, big on the loving. Sex is fun, but feelings can be fun too sometimes.
Yeah. I
Sometimes,
feel like
yes.
I need all that for the sex to be fun. Like personally, like I need the romance. I need the just I don't know. All the feelings, all the emotions, all that shit. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, simping. Oh,
You know.
sometimes the toxicity be making the
I
sex
mean
top
that's
tier.
it's
That is true. That is true.
two different vibes for sure. There's
It is.
definitely hot or cold, how you want it.
Why does one have to be cold? Why can't one
True,
be
hot
like?
or hotter.
There we
Scalding hot.
go. Warm or hot? Do you want warm or hot?
There you go. Yeah. What's what's like your ideal Valentine's Day?
Oh, um, well, in the movies, I was like in all the rom-coms, like the room filled with balloons and flowers, like candles, and then just like events to, enjoy each other's company. I'm the type of person I enjoy a good plan. I like making sure shit's straight before I commit to it. So I'd have to say probably like I don't know, corny shit like going to Navy Pier or like having a nice dinner like on the top of a really high building over the skyline. That'd be hot. I'm a city girl too, so like driving down Lakeshore, nice little if I'm in like a warm environment, picnic on the beach, cute shit, getting drunk,
Mhm.
doing doing drugs at a music festival with someone, I feel like, or a rave, like a love rave, I could get with that. I could definitely get with that. Or painting each other's bodies butt naked, yes. And then rolling around on the canvas and seeing what happens.
That'd be a fun one. If somebody pitched that to me, I'd be like, "All right, that's a new one. Nobody's ever said let's get naked and paint with our bodies. Like, let's
Fuck
go."
it. Why not? What about y'all? I need y'all's perfect Valentines.
See, I'm corny. I'm corny as well. So I definitely, you know, somebody wants to be cute, do cute shit. I'm here for it. But I'm also simple too. Like, I know it's a pretty standard date for me, but I'm just such a movie geek. If somebody wants to take me to the movies, I'm in love. Like I love going to the movies. Like, so simple, dinner, movie, kicking it. I'm an easy man to please.
Period.
But I mean, if somebody wanted to go like above and beyond and be like, "Hey, I got this little thing planned," be like, "Okay, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool."
Period.
Definitely had a few of those in the past where it's like, things get plotted and, you know, sometimes that plan deviates, goes places that, you were hoping, but you didn't know.
You didn't even know it at the
You
time.
couldn't plan for that.
Hey, it's
I
about
won't get
the
into it because I'm a classy man. I got a girl now. So,
period. Okay, T. But
Uh, so
what
I've
about
uh, I've had a dream since I was in high school. Like, cause I didn't really have my first serious like relationship until I was a senior in high school, and we were dating over Valentine's Day, and I had learned of something that I was like, we got to go do this, and she was against. And any girl I've dated since has been totally against doing. Um, but it still currently happens every Valentine's Day, and that is that White Castle does a candlelit dinner, and that would be so fucking dope. I think that's the coolest shit ever to go to, like, you're going into White Castle, they have little fucking aprons over their tables and candle lits, and you can just get fucked up on some sliders. It's like, come on.
right.
but
That
And
to
then
have
me,
romantic shit later.
I know I was like y'all finna sit on the toilet together afterwards?
nah, because listen, at my age, you learn the pro tip that you fuck before you go do anything. Like before you go out and do anything, you fuck beforehand. If you can fuck, like if you're going out getting drunk, if you can fuck beforehand, go out and get drunk. If you're lucky enough to be able to fuck again when you come back home, hell yeah. Like you had a great ass night. But most of the time, I'm about to be 36 this coming year. Most of the time at about 2 a.m. when I'm coming home drunk as fuck, I'm like, bro, I need to get to sleep, man. I'm used to being up in 3 hours. Like I'm
Damn.
fucking tired. So it's,
Adulting.
you learn to switch the game up. So if I was gonna do the White Castle thing now, especially now, because like I think an hour and a half is my closest one, it would definitely be like we're gonna we're gonna do all that shit beforehand, because it's gonna get like literally nasty by the time we get
Oh
back
yeah.
home.
Yeah, that's just good prep at that point. I
At
mean,
least you're practical. You're practical. You're smart. And tactical. You said, bitch, take your panties off now. Later, I'll be
Right?
fucked up.
Yeah. That's what and no, everybody said no. I'm like, no, that's not my thing. I don't want to do that. I get it. And I'm like, I
yeah,
get it. This is just for like funniness, in my opinion. But if I had to have my perfect Valentine's Day, that would be it. That would
I
be it.
feel like you can find the right girl. You just gotta be like, we'll do all this before, all this romantic sweet shit before. But then at the end of the night, it's that White Castle. And a real bitch finna say yes. A real bitch finna say yes.
facts.
Right?
I can't
Especially when
believe
it's
you've
like,
been shot down so many times on this. Like, I can't believe nobody is like, let's fucking go. Not one stoner bitch has been like, let's watch Harold and Kumar and then fucking bounce over
most
to
most
White Castle.
most of the girls a lot of them lately I've dated have been smoked, but a lot of the ones over like those days they'd never really smoked, so you couldn't really say that. Like my son's mom, nah, she was like, no, fuck that when I was with her. And then as far as I can remember, a lot of Valentine's days I've just been single, so it's like, all right,
Take yourself.
Yeah, period. You deserve it.
table for one, please.
Yeah.
You just gotta have bro Valentine's Day.
I could do
Like
that. I feel like
maybe have. A Palentine's Day. That
Oh,
sounds that's Palentine. That's I don't know.
Valentine. I could get down with it and just grab like a stock photo, or something, and go sit in there and put a photo across from me of somebody else, and just be like,
Yeah.
it's been 2 years to the day, and then they won't ask any more fucking questions.
True.
Oh shit!
Exactly. Have it in a nice frame. You're
Right.
perfect. Bring them a rose. Ah, seal the fate.
Nobody would ask you. I'd probably get my meal fucking paid for by doing that.
Right.
They'd probably be like,
Yeah. Guarantee it. Take a fake urn. Yeah,
Fuck it. Take a real urn. Take a dead body. Fuck it.
she was the
Yeah.
she was the realest. She loved White Castle. Never met one since.
I hate it.
White Castle killed her.
Exactly.
She loved it so much she just couldn't stop.
Slid right through her.
Yo, if they're not paying for your meal at that point,
Sue.
sue.
But yeah, no. Other than that kind of stuff, I don't know. See, like those kind of holidays, I've always just thought everybody's doing the same thing right now. That it's
Mhm.
kind of whack to me. So like
Yeah.
I've always done like Valentine-y things offbeat, like the last girl I dated, like in the middle of the summer, I was like, yo, we should go see a movie at the drive-in movie, and then like made chocolate covered strawberries and all kinds of stuff, and could get the back of my truck all set up with like a blow up mattress. So it was all fancy. I think that stuff means, to me at least, it's always meant more to do off the day than it would if it's like, oh, I'm doing this on Valentine's because it's Valentine's, like you guys are saying. I'd rather it be more me and you are gonna go have, we can go have a dinner or something like that. That's cool. But I save the real fancy romantic stuff for just a random ass day.
Period.
Feel
The
that,
way it
yeah.
should be.
I
Every
know,
day's Valentine's Day. Ugly as hell. I love it.
yeah, I know that's Belle's opinion. She's the first girl I've dated who's like, "Don't be getting me shit for Valentine's Day. Like you're expected to do that every day,
Facts.
any old day." Which I agree with, because I am that kind of person that like I'll just do cutesy shit here and there just because I dig it. I don't need to wait for Valentine's Day. But at
Period.
the same time, it's Valentine's Day. I'd like to do something.
Why not go all out when you got a bad bitch that you love? Why not?
Exactly. But also to what Shep was saying about like everybody's going to go do the same thing. I had that thought because I think the plan that we're thinking on is Titanic is being re-released in theaters this weekend in 3D. And I saw that, Tuesday is the cheap tickets, and it just happens that Valentine's Day lands on a Tuesday. And I was like, every motherfucker is going to be at Titanic on Tuesday for Valentine's Day. It's not going to stop us from trying. We're still probably going to try to go, but so is everybody else. I remember I went one year for Valentine's Day when 50 Shades of Grey first came out. And it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, so is every fucking buddy else who can get these tickets on Valentine's Day. We were
Here's the
sitting like
tea.
right up the front, like,
Here's the tea. If Magic Mike is also coming out tomorrow, and I already told my man. I said, "Guess what we finna go see, nigga?" He said, "I guess we finna go see Channing Tatum." Like, come on. I said, "Correct. Good answer."
True.
That's where my money's gonna be spent.
It wouldn't be a bad switch up. I
Well,
think.
seeing that movie was dropping does have me curious, because it's like they.
Oh, you froze on us. I was really looking forward to this.
This guy,
They
dude.
what, Shep?
Exactly. Tell us.
I need to know. I saw the first two Magic Mike movies. I need to know where this is going.
Exactly. I need the end. I need answers. I need closure.
Damn.
That's what I was gonna say before I
Yeah.
froze
There we
up.
go.
I was gonna say after 3 movies.
Damn. Shoot.
Cliffhanger.
He's killing me. It always right when he gets to the good part, it wants to freeze up. See, they don't want to see us succeed. That's crazy.
Clearly. I remember when that first Magic Mike came out, and I was like, it was pretty. I liked it. It was a good movie. And then I watched the second one because Donald Glover was in it, and I'll watch anything he's in.
Period.
So
No,
Hey, you back, bud?
are we
I'm
back,
back.
Chef?
I'm back. I just keep saying like I keep trying to say. I don't know what's in these movies besides the stripping that's warranting 3 movies.
Nothing.
That's all that we need is men being objectified and sexualized.
I
What more
remember
could you
seeing
ask
that first
for?
movie and just being jealous. I was just like, not
There's no
because of the
like
looks or
subplot.
anything. There's this
There is
fucking
a subplot.
there
It's
is.
like Channing Tatum is like trying to get out of the stripper business and start his own like furniture business out of, alternative parts from construction sites. Very, very,
Very,
diluted, very out of the way. But
and it looks
then
like the third one, the third Magic Mike's basically like the John Wick of Magic Mike movies. He's got out of the game and now he's being brought back in.
and
So,
he got Salma Hayek too. So
which
I
what
mean,
the fuck happened between movie 2 and movie 3 that he pulled Salma Hayek? I don't know. Which is
I'll
why I
never
gotta
get it.
now
I
my
gotta tune
Valentine's
in.
plans just changed.
You're welcome. Tell Bell
'Cause
fuck
I gotta know.
Titanic.
But I'm telling you, that first movie, it would like it was one of those things. I didn't care if whoever I was dating wanted to, objectify the men. My thing was there's this one move that Channing Tatum did that I'm like, I fucking wish I could do that. Because of course, pennies would drop like fucking rain. It
It
was when
would.
he's got her he picks up the chair that this chick is sitting in and then drops the chair out from underneath her, but like catches her at the same time. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
damn, damn. I was like, of
He's
course,
ruined.
it's a hell of a move. It's up there with the dirty dancing, like
Oh
catching her in
yeah,
the air,
catching
like
a bitch in the
hell of a
water
move.
first
I was
and
like,
then the
okay.
air. Patrick Swayze, come back to me. Ugh, I miss him every day. Him and Heath Ledger. Those two men, they could get it. I'm not gonna lie. But but no, Magic Mike is definitely a movie to be seen. I fuck with the movies. I fuck with the small stuff for Valentine's Day and every day.
Mhm.
But like, I don't know. I'm an extra bitch, so I like extra special treatment all the time. But you know, whatever your equivalent of that is, it's not the same for everybody. It all depends on what they can do, what they feel comfortable doing, and what will also make them happy. So I, try to keep all that in mind and adjust to whoever my lover may be, but I expect nothing but your absolute best at all times.
My if Shep's advice through all this is to fuck before you go anywhere, mine without going into detail is get a remote control vibrator because it'll make your day a lot more fun.
I hate it.
That is a good one too.
I know,
But
right?
yeah, you with the kid coming soon, man. That's gonna be that advice I gave is gonna come in clutch, man. You guys are going out to do some shit. Hey, we just dropped that kid off. Let's fuck before we go. So if we're
Right.
running too late, we got to pick the kid up and come home. We're good. We're Gucci.
Facts.
Exactly. But then you're gonna be tired.
Ah,
My question here is, or Chase, how are you going to keep next Valentine's Day interesting with the baby on the way?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get my baby prepped to help me with something cute. I'm gonna have to use him in whatever the plan is,
This is true.
or get
Smart.
rid of him for the day. We talked about it last week on the show. Grandparents, they're not doing nothing for Valentine's Day, so
That's bogus. What if they are doing something?
well, they are now.
I believe my mom and stepdad are. I think they do stuff on Valentine's Day still.
I
Go out for a
like
nice steak dinner.
I like to think my dad gets drunk and smokes a whole pack to himself because he deserves it. And my mom, she probably be going out get a little lit for Valentine's Day, and that's the way it should be.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, I guess Shep, do you want to speak for the single people this Valentine's Day?
I mean,
Not to make you the representative or anything. Just
You
for the
speak for all
representative
singles.
of the single people, I mean, you play it how you want, man. In my
because you know how
opinion,
they get on Valentine's Day. You got your different kinds. The ones who will embrace it, the others who just like throw a pity party.
yeah, no, it's like do whatever. Like to me, it's do like have a day for yourself. Do what you want. Like if you just want to kick back and watch TV, do your thing, do that. If you're uptight about being lonely or something, hit a bar up, man, because there's plenty of people that are going to be feeling the exact same way up at the bar. That'd be my advice there for anybody.
Tickets are cheap
About
for
Alcohol,
right,
Titanic.
about
alcoholism.
right now, you could probably get on Tinder. It's probably popping on Tinder right now, like off the chain, because people are trying to make them Valentine's dates and have something lined up that don't got nothing. So
And really, there's nothing that says you can't get nasty if it's just you. So
that's
Period.
right.
I say for Valentine's Day, if you are single, what you should do is you should get your vice of choice, whether that's extremely good food, expensive food, nice alcohol, some marijuana, other drugs of choice, things of that nature. You should treat yourself to a nice little date, go home and literally fuck yourself. Fuck yourself, because you know your body better than anybody. Treat yourself to a good orgasm on Valentine's Day, because no one else will. No one else.
Dr. Jones, that's an
Well,
order.
not no one else will. Someone else will. Someone you could always find someone to give you your orgasm, but it's just better. It's just better when you love yourself. I'm not gonna cap.
That's
It's true.
facts.
You ain't got to deal with the other bullshit. You can get
Exactly.
it done on your time and move on to whatever you want to afterwards.
I,
Plus, a lot of those people who are bitter on Valentine's Day, it's probably because you don't love yourself. So you need to be loving
exactly.
yourself.
Because what's wrong with love? You don't just, and that's another thing. You don't just have to have romantic love. You can also take your parent out, take out a sibling, take out a friend, take out a coworker, take out a random homeless guy. Because I bet he needs love on Valentine's Day.
Right.
Everybody needs love every day.
That's true. I mean, we do always think about Valentine's Day as the romantic type of love, but it's just like it's a day for love in general and just love each other in general. Yeah, there's someone like me, if I ain't got nothing going on, I could always holler at my grandfather. He's just sitting at his house by
Period.
himself. It's like, yo, what's up? Let's go do something.
And
And
show
we
each
would
They
hit
other
got
some
these deals. They
love.
got these heart-shaped pizzas. They got these 2 for 20s.
exactly.
Like,
Exactly. Make the most of it. Get these deals. Get that discounted candy from
mhm.
Walgreens at 7 o'clock on Valentine's Day when they're about to throw it all away. Baby, no, take that home. Treat yourself. Get a little fat. That's okay. A little extra cushion for pushing. Fuck about.
um, well, anything else before we hit the final thoughts?
Well, always get nasty, not just on Valentine's Day, but every day of the year because you deserve it. If you're not nasty, then what are you? You're clean. You're a square. I mean,
It's true. It's true.
I vibe with that.
Oh, you don't want to follow that neither?
Okay, I'll follow that up. I'll follow that up with the last thoughts we were having there. Like Valentine's Day isn't always just for romance. It's just about love in general. So if you don't have that romantic partner to spend the day with, there's 7 billion of us on this planet, so you can spread some love throughout the day to people and go home and love yourself, man. If you're a line of advice that I've always loved myself was, if you love who you're alone with, you'll never be lonely.
period.
Great. Now I got to follow
Okay.
both of those. Okay. I don't have no fucking deep
No
quote to drop
philosophy.
on people. But yeah, this philosophy lesson we be dropping here.
What?
Um, usually I am. I'm thrown. Uh, I don't know. Go see Magic Mike, The Last Dance.
Period. Shannon Tatum, get that money.
Let's get those sponsorships. How about it?
Period.
Because if all else fails, pick her up with the chair, man, and drop the chair. Catch her. That'll do the trick. And right after that, you fuck, and then go to White Castle for a candlelit dinner
For a
And a strip
candlelit
club.
dinner.
and a strip
And a
club.
strip club. Throw some ones.
Right.
Pay sex workers. Sex workers are workers too, and they deserve love on Valentine's Day.
After a little Magic Mike, you're
true.
going to be in the mood. So
Exactly.
might as
That
well.
is true.
Might get a little drunk.
Or
You might get on stage. Who knows?
you could watch Magic
Exactly.
Mike and then go to the strip club and ask one of them to do that to you. Be like, I'm
Exactly.
gonna sit on this chair and
Facts.
you're gonna
I
pick me
just
up.
watched the third Magic Mike, bitch. Get ready for some tips. Fuck them up.
Well, uh, Yeah, I think we've left everybody with the perfect formula for a great Valentine's Day.
Pretty
And
much, man.
of
That's everything.
course, the make yourself a good playlist. That baby making music.
Yes.
Somebody who should be added to that playlist is Miss Jones. If you're nasty, she can definitely set the mood for you. So, Miss Jones, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you have a
Thank you
great
guys for
Valentine's Day,
having me. You guys as
and
well.
we're going to close things off with part of that performance that you did a few months back.
Yee,
Close it out with a
period.
song, serenade the people, leave them on a good note. So
Period.
that'll do it. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Hell yeah.
Man.